Hey, what's up, DIYers, Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking outboard boat engines. We are going to change the oil inside our outboard engine. We've got a 40 horsepower 3-cylinder. We are removing the old or standard conventional oil and switching to 2-stroke synthetic. Let's get started. I've made my way to my parents', and on the rear portion of their boat is a 3-cylinder 40 horsepower Mariner outboard, and we are doing a lot of work to this. And down below in the comments and description, we will have video links replacing fuel filters, fuel water separator filters, fuel lines, spark plugs, and more. However, here is our oil tank, as you see. And again, we are going to drain it. And coming to our oil tank, you want the oil tank level, or as best as you can. And you can see with the little indicator right here, we're about half full. And we are going to, again, open up the cap and show you the little siphon kit we are going to use. In front of us now is the siphon kit and DIYers. These are less than $10 as of right now. And down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this. And we've got several of these. We've got one for fuel, one for water. And as far as the oil, it will be personal preference. But once we use this and drain the oil, we are likely going to just toss it and buy a new one for the next time. Camera in position, coming up top and loosening up the oil cap. And DIYers, throughout this project, no need to rush anything. Go slow, be careful, don't damage anything. And the cap is off. And I'm also going to remove this plug, as you see right there. I will set that in a safe location. And as far as the siphon kit, one side of the ball has a longer hose than the other, and that is the part or hose that goes inside, whether it's a gas tank, oil tank, or whatever you are siphoning out. We are going to take it all the way down, basically to the bottom, and from here I am going to begin pumping and position this side down and in the oil pan. As you can see, the oil coming out, and from here, again, I am siphoning it out. And DIYers, this is not as thin as fuel or water. It is thick. However, once it begins flowing out the opposite end, it will flow out. Again, the viscosity of the oil, it is chilly and cold, but that's okay. Coming up top and in, as you see, way down in there. And it is draining, as you see, all the way down. Camera now positioned, and as you can see, the rate of the oil coming out of the siphon and into the drain pan, it's not fast, and honestly, we like that. If it was coming out fast, it is more likely to cause a mess or get sloppy. And again, the viscosity of this oil is thicker than water or fuel. And this is not bad. You again have the option to come up to the ball and pump it. As you see, when I pump the ball, the oil flows out much faster. However, again, we are in no rush. In addition, you can go up top, reposition the inner hose inside the tank to where the oil is setting, and continue siphoning out the oil. Long story short, why are we doing this? We are changing to full synthetic 2-stroke oil. And the last thing you want to do, in other words, the golden rule, is never mix oils or different brands or different types of oil. The oil can gel once it mixes new into old, and that can cause havoc to your engine. Again, do not do that. Drain as much of the old oil out before installing fresh new oil. We are getting down to the very bottom, as you see. Again, the flow rate out is not fast, but we like it. Take your time. Again, no need to rush this. Coming up and back in DIYers, we are making great progress, and we have basically got to the very bottom of our oil tank and drained as much of that oil out as we possibly could. Coming inside, let's see if we get a better view. As you see, right down in there, there's the sensor or flow, and on the opposite side is the very low point of the tank itself, where the opposite end of that siphon hose is, and you can see just a little trace of oil down at the very bottom, and on the opposite end or bottom side or underside of that low point portion of the tank is the oil hose that comes again out of this portion and feeds into our oil pump down below. As you see here, fuel pump, oil pump. There's the sensor right there. And there is the hose or oil line that feeds out of the low point tank port on the bottom side of the tank. And again, feeds oil all the way through that hose and up and right there into, again, our oil pump. And you can see some oil still in the lines, and it feeds up and into our engine and mixes with the fuel, properly lubricates the internal portions of the engine. From here, we are just going to use some degreaser, clean that tank up, and we are going to insert and fill up back to proper fill parameters the oil tank with fresh, new, synthetic 2-stroke oil. And I highly recommend Mercury brand OEM. I'm going to carefully remove the hose, and there is going to be oil on it. That is normal. And I will set that in a safe location. And I'm going to carefully screw in the cap. And as I wipe this tank clean, I don't want any debris getting inside the oil tank. And from here, again, just some degreaser, and I'm going to clean the tank. Down below in the comments and description will be a link on some degreaser as well as shop towels, as well as rubber gloves. You don't want that degreaser on your skin, or at least we don't. In front of us now is a brand new, fresh, unopened, Mercury branded Premium Plus 2-stroke marine engine oil. Not gear lube or gear oil, engine oil. And as you can see, the synthetic blend. Down below in the comments and description will be a link. This is a 1-gallon jug. Back to the engine and coming up top, and in regards to the funnel DIYers, make sure your funnel is clean and dry and no moisture inside the funnel, nor any debris or cobwebs or leaves. You don't want any of that going in your oil. Next, before we start pouring the oil inside the funnel and into the tank, I carefully undid the cover and raised the entire door to our engine compartment. That is going to allow me to get the gallon jug inside the engine compartment area here much easier. Camera in position and DIYers, again, another step not to rush or be in a hurry with. I'm going to carefully pour the oil inside the funnel and into the tank, and the oil will begin to register in the little sight tube here, and I want it port or fitting where this oil clamp is. And as you can see, it is registering. As you can see, the level is basically flush with the fitting itself. No need to go any higher than that. The last thing you want to do is overfill it and have to drain it. Coming in to remove the funnel. And before I store the funnel, I am going to clean the internal portion of the funnel in a great manner to get all of the oil out of it. Coming back in, out, and again, let's take a closer view of the oil level in the tank. As you can see right there, basically flush with the fitting. From here, we are going to carefully return the cap. Do not cross thread the cap. It is plastic fitting or thread. It should screw in very nicely. No need to over tighten it. You want it snug. In addition, the seal that goes on top of the tank, make sure that is pressed on and seated properly. And we're going to carefully return the plug all the way in and flush. DIYers, double check everything. And if all looks good, you can return your cowl to your engine and get back out on the water. However, Our cowl is not with us right now. It is at my workstation at home, and we are stripping or removing all of the old decals that are 20 plus years old, repainting it, adding a clear coat, and applying brand new decals. That link will be scrolling above as well as down below in the comments and description. Taking another step back in DIYs again, just double check everything, and if all looks good, again, you can start your engine, and the oil pump is already pre-primed with oil that was already inside the system, as you see right there. And again, we drain the oil to alleviate oil gelling up with the brand new fresh synthetic oil, as it basically makes contact with the old standard conventional oil, and as that conventional oil inside the lines right here and into the pump burn off in the engine, the fresh new synthetic blend oil will take over.